No, because you're not entitled to appointed counsel on a writ.
God,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
Well, I know that there have been talks about getting appointed counsel or someone to, or like a group of defense lawyers to look into this to see if there are grounds for anyone who was affected by Precinct 4. So I know that there are lawyers out there that want to take the initiative and hopefully get funding from the CCA or from the county to, you know, spearhead this issue.
And in your case, the evidence was destroyed while the case was pending.
That's right.
And that's not even the worst part of it, JB. That could have been sheerly accidental. The worst part is that the prosecutor, I hate to repeat myself, but the worst part is the prosecutor tried to get his client to plead guilty knowing that the evidence had been destroyed and they couldn't make their case against him, knowing it.
The sad part here is that we're involved in the day-to-day defense of people, and we see stuff that that other people are like, man, I can't believe that happened. And the four of us, even here, just sitting here talking about it, we've had moments of silence because we're just so stunned. Mm-hmm. You know, that this kind of magnitude could happen. It's like, how does something like this go unnoticed for so long that nothing can happen? And that begs the question about what's been going on over at 1201 Franklin on the 6th floor for the last decade, in conjunction with Precinct 4.
Right.
You know?
Right. We call the DA the lead law enforcement officer of the county, but there's no supervision. There hasn't been any grown-up supervision of law enforcement for, as you say, a decade more than a decade.
At least. And also, I mean, the former constable, Ron Hickman, eventually got elected sheriff.
That's right.
That's right. What is it about Precinct 4? I mean, what is it? I mean, we're not hearing this from other precincts. I mean, to this scale, let me just rephrase that.
I don't know, something about the demographics of the precinct, perhaps. Lots of money there, so there are a lot of defendants who fight their cases, and so stuff comes up in Precinct 4 that we never discover in other precincts.
Well, and I don't know about y'all, but I mean, I've kind of witnessed, as long as I've been practicing, that Precinct 4 is kind of where you get the more cavalier deputy constables, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't notice the level of aggressiveness in enforcing from a constable's office anywhere in the county other than Precinct 4.
Yeah.
You don't see it in Precinct 1.
No.
You don't see it in Precinct 7. You don't see it anywhere but Precinct 4.
Maybe it's just a decades-long culture there that started with somebody that was running the place before we were even born.
Well, the precincts aren't subjected to civil service. With HPD and the Sheriff's Department, there are guidelines that they have to meet in order to get specific funding. I don't remember if it's state or federal, but if these peace officers aren't meeting these specific standards, they get their budgets cut. The precincts aren't subject to that. And in fact, their whole structure and how they go from deputy to lieutenant, sergeant, whatnot is largely based on like a who do you know, wink nod type thing instead of like a merit-based boost. So you get a lot of deputies, you get a lot of constables that just really aren't doing the best job possible. Like here, I'll take my old case and give you the thing that really set the house on fire. So when I took the dash cam and I watched it, I was reading the offense report, and in the offense report it said that the deputy saw my guy throw a bag outside of his car after he parked, and then get out of the car, hide it, and then get back in. Well, we got the dash cam, and the dash cam showed the officer doing something totally different. He just went behind Mr. Bellamy. Mr. Bellamy parked, and he never got out of the car. And you never even see a bag getting thrown out of the car. And when I started to deal with that with Bianca, I was like, look, these two things are so diametrically opposite, like what's going on. And she called the officer, and the officer said, wow, I didn't even know my dash cam was going.
But they caught that?
Yeah.
Straight.